Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the best loadout for Zero Builds in Chapter 5 Season 2. This is going to be more of a discussion because there is some flexibility within the meta this season, and I applaud Chapter 5 for that. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. The Reaper is still here, and it's still very good. Anything that can one-shot someone needs to be used. So, some minor changes from last season. They did get rid of my precious 2x, and I really feel like they increased the bullet drop and decreased the bullet velocity. They also added the DMR, which I was hoping would combat the Reaper, but it doesn't. The DMR is good, but it hits 60 to the body and 100 to the head. So let me ask you this question that I know you know the answer to. Which do you think is easier, getting a body shot with the Reaper or getting a headshot with the DMR? That's the difference. If you get a headshot with the Reaper, the fight's already over. Now, my favorite part of this season is the Gatekeeper Shotgun. This thing hits like a truck, but only holds 3 rounds. Unless you have the extended mag attachment, which might be the only attachment that you absolutely need this season. The Gatekeeper is like if the Havoc Pump and the TAC Shotgun had a baby together. And I'm so glad that they added this because I was so tired of spamming the Frenzy last season, and now we have something that might actually be better than it. And because the extended mag attachment is so important, I really would avoid the Mythic if you can have a blue rarity or higher with an extended mag. Trust me. Now, this is where the discussion begins. You have a lot of choices with the primary weapons this season, and I think that's great. Unlike Chapter 4, Season 4, where the only meta loadout was the Twin Mag and the Exotic Maven. I did love that loadout, but I'm just saying it gets old after a while. Now, my top 3 picks for a primary weapon are going to be the new Warforged AR, the Thunderburst SMG, and my beloved Ranger Pisol. All of these weapons have their own strengths and weaknesses, and I recommend that you adjust to your playstyle. I personally think that the Ranger Pisol is absolutely slept on. This thing shreds up close, it shreds at medium range. Anything beyond that, I'm pulling out the Reaper. If you're looking for more range from your primary weapon, I'd recommend using the new AR. If you're going to use the new AR, I'd recommend using the Frenzy Auto Shotty over the Gatekeeper Shotgun. I think the combination works a little bit better because the AR isn't as good as a swap weapon as the pistol or the Thunderburst SMG. Which brings me into my next point. If you want absolutely insane hipfire accuracy and absolutely insane bloom, use the Thunderburst SMG. But, like I said, I just like the Ranger Pisol the most. The new SMG is really good, but it's only really good at close range. And then at that point, I'm just going to rather use a shotgun. Okay, now the mobility. Shockwaves, shockwaves, shockwaves. The wings can be good at getting around the map, but I have an absolute field day shooting people from the air. If you want to get around the map quickly, just use a car and thank me later. Now, there's a golden rule in video games if you want to do well. Don't do what you want your opponent to do in a fight that makes it easier. For example, if you want your opponent to stand still so you can get an easy snipe, you probably don't want to stand still so you don't get sniped easily. With the wings, if I do some damage to a player, I'm like, please fly away, little birdie. I'm just going to beam you out of the air. And also something worth mentioning is the 0-point effect that you get from the Underworld or Grim Gate is very good. And if you do like that effect, then I'd recommend getting the medallion at the Underworld. And the only other medallion worth getting, in my opinion, is the one that gives you Siphon upon elimination. And you can get that one at Grim Gate, I think. So in regards to the heals this season, I don't think anyone in particular stands out. I just prefer the Chug Splashes, the Flowberry Fizz, or the Big Pots.